couple of days ago, I noticed, if you listen to the podcast, it's the St. Louis. I'm in St. Louis. I represent St. Louis. Um, there was this post that was circulating about the top 20 all-time rappers from St. Louis. I don't even think I have it pulled up because I saw the list and I didn't really trip off of it. I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick. I didn't really trip off of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the screen. If you're just seeing a clip, you probably can't see it. Let's see something real quick. So a couple of days ago, they came out with the top 20 STL rappers ever list, and it's an interesting list. Okay, so you got Nelly at 1. I'm not going to go through like the ranking of it because I don't even know if it's really ranked or not, because Smino on this list is 17, and he probably should be a little bit higher. But there's Nelly, Saint Lunatics, T-Double, Tef Poe, Murphy Lee, Jew, A-Verb, Rockwell Knuckles, Keem, Three Problems, Bodine, JR, Hitman Holla, B Magic, Bates, Tiffany Fox, Smino, Taylor Made, Jaquan, and Big Boss Vet. Now, I don't know Big Boss Vet. I know she had a viral song, if I'm not mistaken, last year, that everyone on TikTok was rocking. And someone said, "Oh, they're from St. Louis." I had no idea. Now I don't really know B Magic either. And I'm a little bit too old for Three Problems, I feel like. But everyone else I know. Jew, I think it's Jew Czar. I'm not sure. I think that is him. I don't really know him well. But I know most of these people. I've never met Taylor Made. I've never met Jaquan or Smino. I've met Nelly once, and I've definitely met the Ticks. Of course, I produced for Tef Poe, so I know Tef Poe. Murphy Lee is a cool ass guy. I used to do graphics for A-Verb. We actually have the same tattoo, which is really weird. But that's what happens when you're young and you get tattoos off the wall at Black Pearl. Bodine's amazing. Hitman Hollers. I don't know. Never met him, but I know he's like dope. Tiffany Fox, she's dope. So the list went around and it drove people batshit crazy, right? Because most of the times you get these. St. Louis is one of those cities for some reason that's like real sensitive to lists and awards and recognition. People just want recognition, and I get that. Should you take these lists with a grain of salt? Absolutely. They're just lists. They're just someone's opinion, basically. And no one's more invalidated for not being on this list than someone who should be feeling validated for being on the list. Now, having said that, I saw the discourse, and I don't play St. Louis music politics anymore. So everyone thinks I fell off. That's fine. I just don't involve myself in the game. So yesterday, when I think it was yesterday, I was on the on Instagram, and I got this message from Ronnie Notch, which is a fellow producer. Now, I really like Ronnie Notch. He's a really stand-up guy. I've been to his house. He's invited me around his family. Super solid guy. Plus, and also, like, very, like, he spreads love. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing this thing called this Microsoft, I forget the name. I want to say Notes for Life. And he was like, "Hey, Tech, come through. Like, I need you to come and talk to these kids." Like, so he's like that type of guy. Like, well, he'll get an opportunity and he'll spread it out. He's always been that way. And one of my favorite people is like how I kind of like got cool with him was DJ Epic. They were running the thing together. They're super cool guys, super great guys. So I was tagged in something, and he comments whole thing, thanks, whatever, thank you for this. So I didn't know what he was talking about because I didn't see the original tag. So I opened it, and it was the same person who did the top 20 rappers did the top 20 producers. So this was completely unbeknownst to me. I look on the list, and I see my name on it, which is, like I said, it's just someone's opinion, but it's still an honor. It still makes you feel great. It makes you feel like you've done something. So here's the list right here, and just real quick, I'm gonna go over it. Now, I do know most of these people. I don't know a couple of them. Number one, I've never met Metro Boomin. Obviously, like he's the industry, like he's that guy, like he's him. So like, Metro Boomin's out of here, of course. DJ Chop Squad, number 3. I don't know him personally. We've been friends on Instagram and Facebook, but I've been watching his career, and it's been absolutely inspiring. So shout out to DJ Chop Squad. He has one of the best stories, like just his like life story, and he deserves every ounce of success he's gotten. I just be rooting from him from the depths of the shadows. Tarboy number 2. I'm a big fan of Tarboy. Well, we're friends on Facebook, and when I was coming up, as far as like being a producer, he's one of my people that I idolized. Tarboy, and then before the Track Stars, those two guys. Tarboy was oh my god, what is the name of their Track Boys? Big fan of the Track Boys. They did a lot of Nelly stuff, a lot of St. Louis stuff. Like they were just amazing. Tarboys is amazing. Track Stars were with Chingy, so I was a big fan of them. Of course, J.E. was like one of, I mean, if you're a producer in the modern rap era, J.E. is one of your idols. That's just what it is. Like Nelly, 10 Million, Country Grammar, like that whole era, insane. Chase the Money, that's a kid that I met through Doorway, and super cool guy, super talented producer. He's gone on to do huge things with I forgot the rapper's name, starts with a V. I'm horrible with remembering things. He's amazing. Jackpot Hits is amazing. He's done a lot of stuff with Rocky, who's another associate of mine, and they've done amazing work together, and he's an amazing producer. Coco's the homie. Fun story, when he did Shake Your Tail Feather, he was working at AT&T. I was working there at the same time in his call center, and he was the fuck up out of there. And that was real funny because they was like, hey, Jason, he makes beats. He sits over there, but I didn't really know him. And I'm not weird like that, but like, yeah, he just blew up, and I met him later on in life, and super cool guy. Trifecta is the homie. That is the definitely homie. He's so talented. Ronnie Notch, who I just talked about, he's on his, like, that's the one who commented, who got me on this. Brad Young, of course, I've known him. I don't really know him personally, but I know of him and his younger brother Vega. And then I met them through Orlando, who was like kind of like a mentor to me. So like, I don't know who Seneca Kaysen is. I don't know who Jay France is. Black Spade is probably the most talented out of anyone I've ever met in my life, period. Tez Banger, he's super dope. And then little old me on there. Bo Willie, number 17, he's on there. Shout out to Bo Willie. I think he's in Cali right now. I hope he's doing well because he's super talented as well. Loudy, I don't think I've ever met Loudy, but I was also during the time that I was kind of super active in the scene. He was Major 88 Keys. I hear that name all the time. And T-Rex, I don't know who T-Rex is. So it was just really cool to be on this list, man. It's an honor to be considered one of the best producers in St. Louis. And I don't know who this is who made this, but when I posted it, the comments were like, hell yeah, dude. Like, and it's so awesome. Some people who I've been working with for years with graphics, they're like, you produce? It's like, yeah, man, like that's fun story about that. I was doing graphic design for Pretty Willie. And so Nelly came out, and then Pretty Willie was basically a different label's answer. But he was super talented and super great, still is. And he moved on to gospel. Now he's P-Dub, and he doesn't, but I was a big fan. So when I was approached by his management to do graphics for him, it was an honor. And we did graphics for like a year together. I was doing graphics for them for a year. We were, texting. And one day he calls me and he says, yo, I just saw, this was like 2009 or 2009. He's like, I just saw that you were producer of the year for the Riverfront Times. And I really respect the fact that you've never told me that. Like, I respect the fact that we've been working together and you've never pushed your music onto me. You just kept it business. I appreciate that. And that was it. So I thought that was funny because, like, here I am, like this top producer in certain circles, and this guy who's like a national recording artist had no idea. So that reminds me of my homie now, who's one of my clients. But I mean, I like the kid. I've known him. I've been doing graphics for him since he started doing promotions, and he just messaged me yesterday. He's like, I didn't know you produce, bro. Like, you make beats, what? But yeah, dual identities, I guess. But thanks for the list. I appreciate that. It's an awesome just thing. So moving on. Enough talking about producing and production and stuff. And I don't really like to I don't really talk about that side as much. My friend Ben asked me the other day, he's like, hey, do you ever regret not pursuing music further? I was like, dude, I did it for 20 years and I still make music. I just don't put it out. So this year I'm going to put music out.